friends. Happy Tuesday. We are jumping into the third Dream Team chat of the new year, which is just crazy. I think every year that I get older, the years seem to fly by more, and that's crazy. I don't necessarily love that, but I do love doing business with you guys. I love hanging out with you guys every week. So I am excited tonight to talk about open houses and how we can do them in our business. I think it is such a huge benefit to your business. I think it can absolutely grow your business, create amazing relationships with your customers. And so, to be honest, super excited to talk about this tonight. It's something that if I could be running your businesses for you, that would be the first thing that we do is have an open house. I think they are extremely valuable and you need to do them. I believe that everyone needs to host an open house in your business. And even if you've hosted one before and it was a flop and it didn't do well, I still think that you should do one again. And then I think that you should do another one and then another one. I love doing open houses. I do them very, very regularly. Okay. At least twice a year, I'm doing open houses. And my customers love them and they've, started to learn what to expect. They started to learn how I run them. And they're just a really, really fun time. So tonight, our goal is to give you the info so that you can be encouraged and inspired to host your own open house. Okay. And we might even have a call to action for you at the end, but you'll just have to stick around to see what that is. Okay. So I'm just going to dive in with how I've done them. I've done 2 open houses within the last 12 months. So I feel like they're very fresh on my mind. And they were amazing. They were so good. And so a few things to note is that I'm a single mom, which means I have a very strict budget. I don't have money to go be spending all of this money on foods and decorations and this and that. Okay. I literally love the Dollar Tree. I shop clearance. Like, okay, I'm a single mom. I do not have a lot of extra money. Also, I live in an apartment. Okay, which means my apartment is not huge. I don't have a lot of extra space. I don't have like a sitting room. Like everything is right here. Okay, so like this is my apartment and everything is here. So I don't have a huge space. I don't, my business is not, my business is in a new town and I've lived here for going on 3 years now. So I do have some local customers, but most of my customers live 30 minutes away. Okay. So that's worth noting. Like it's not just a super convenient trip for them to come over here. Well, depending on where you live in the US, the 30-minute drive is normal, but in Texas, it is not. And so it's not super convenient. But it's still a super fun time. Okay. So all that to say is that whatever excuse that you have, by the way, my house is not spotless. Like if you look at my baseboards, I'm gonna start blushing. My kids walk around like taking their freaking pants off sometimes. My dishwasher has smudges on it. If you open a drawer too hard, it might completely fall out. Okay. Like nothing is perfect by any stretch of the imagination. And I'm balling on a budget. So all that to say that whatever excuses you have or reasons that you think that you shouldn't or couldn't, I don't agree with. Just simply put, I don't agree with. People crave real life. People relate to real life. If I had the perfect home and the perfect life, guarantee my customers would not relate to me the way that they do. Okay. They love the realness and the mom life and the fact that I am me, and your customers love the realness and the fact that you are you. Okay. So whatever instant thought that you have when I say invite people over to your home, just put that to the side and know that that is actually a reason why people love you and not a reason to not have people over. Okay. So small house, income, hot mess, construction, all of the things, you can still have an open house with that going on. Okay. And if for some reason you don't think you can, ask your best friend, ask your mom, ask your neighbor, see if there's a clubhouse locally. You can still get people together for an open house. Okay. So all that to just bust excuses from the jump and let you know that it's okay. We are all just living life. No one is perfect. Okay. And so Chantel mentioned a good point. She said, I get so nervous on strangers coming. Okay. Well, if these people are trusting you enough to pay you, to give you their card info, to Zelle you, to Venmo you, to PayPal you. They're not strangers. Okay. If you are doing business with them, they're not strangers. Okay. And so I get there's like this whole safety factor, but if you're doing business with sketch people, here's your permission to fire them as your customer. Okay. And do business with people who aren't sketchy. So hopefully none of you guys are doing business with completely sketchy people, and the people that you'd be inviting, like you've done business with. Okay. And so totally okay to be nervous, but don't let it stop you from creating this really awesome experience for you and your customers. Okay. So here is just kind of the rundown of how I host an open house. And like I said, I've done many. I've probably in my 8 years of business done maybe 15 open houses or so. I very regularly do them about twice a year. Okay. So from the start, I want to say that you need to pick a time that works best for you. Okay. Don't, sometimes like when people are planning parties, they're like, yeah, let me ask my friends and see what they'd be interested in. It's like, no, you pick and you decide when you're going to do it. Right. So look at your schedule and figure out when you're going to do it. I personally do my open houses on Friday evenings from like 6 to 9. Okay. And the reason I do that is because then my customers still have their Saturday and Sunday. Okay. They're not having to like get out of their pajamas and come over. They're not having to pick a birthday party or my open house. It's like they can come after work, or they can pick up that can be their little Friday night thing that they can go get margaritas and Mexican food with their friend or whatever. I feel like Friday nights is a small commitment, and then they still have their big weekend. So that's why I tend to do that. And I do 6 to 9 because I just want my customers to come and go as they please. So are you coming right after work? Cool. Swing by right after work. Are you going home to change and grab your neighbor? Cool. That works too. And it's 3 hours of my time, and they can come and go whenever they please. It doesn't feel super overwhelming to me. There's no hard start and stop where you have to be here, and you have to leave here. Come whenever you can. Okay. So I really like the whole come and go as you please. I feel like that's the whole theme of like an open house. It's much more casual. Okay. And then basically I just have my house exactly how it is. Okay. You guys can see just with your eyes, I have a warmer here. I have a warmer here. I have a diffuser here. I have my living room stuff there. I have Scentsy in the bathrooms. I have a hand soap at every sink. I have counter clean at my sink. Okay. So I have Scentsy out in the open. It's not something where it's like, oh, I need to go get all my Scentsy. No, all my Scentsy is already here. So really it's just like, I'm just inviting people over. I'll put some snacks on the counter. Okay. I do something savory and something sweet. That's usually it. Like I think at my last open house, I did taquitos, like frozen taquitos, chips, and guacamole. Okay. And then I did cookies. So something savory, something sweet, finger foods. Okay. I got some paper plates from the Dollar Tree that matched, like it was like October, excuse me, October. So I got some like autumn plates from the Dollar Tree, sat it right here on my counter. And then right here on this little buffet behind me, I had testers and catalogs. And then in my living room, I had some more testers and more catalogs. Okay. So it was like a very organic, like come in, grab some food, you're going to walk around. You're going to start asking questions about the products I have. I'll answer questions. If you're not walking around asking questions about stuff, I'll grab some testers and smell them and say, oh, smell this. Okay. And it just really happens organically. Once you can get some people in there, seeing it, smelling it, flipping through the pages, talking with you face to face, the magic starts happening. And you just have to trust that. You don't need all of the newest stuff. If you have one current warmer and the testers, you are good to go. Like at a minimum, that's all you need, because they can look through a catalog. They can smell the testers. Okay. So don't get so caught up on what you don't have, and instead utilize what you do have. Because I think you'll have more than you think. Even if you just have the contents of your starter kit, that is enough to have an open house. Okay. And so really I invite people over, they come over, we're snacking, we're looking at things, the magic starts happening, questions are being asked. Okay. And what I really love about open houses is that once I get my customer Margot over, and then I get my customer Brenda over, and we're smelling testers and we're talking, then all of a sudden they're talking. And all of a sudden they're comparing what they like. And all of a sudden they're sharing testers with each other, right? And so they're kind of feeding off of each other. They're getting to know one another. And by the way, now they're over in my VIP group commenting back and forth to each other because they met at my open house, right? And so it's just really bridging that gap and creating really meaningful relationships. It's really deepening that connection with your customers that is unlike anything else that you can get texting them on social media, dropping stuff off at their house. When you're inviting them into your home, sharing food with them, smelling things with them, talking to them, allowing time for questions to come up, it's a really, really beautiful process that really strengthens what you have going on. Okay. Um, and what's been really cool is I've met some of my customers for the first time ever at my open houses. Like I'm servicing them, I'm dropping things off at their house for years, literally years without ever meeting them. And then they decide to come to my open house. And now it's like we're on the next level of a friendship after that, because now we're face to face, we've met, we have connected, right? They know me and trust me even more. And so it is just really beautiful. Okay. And so I just want to encourage you, no matter where you are in your Scentsy journey, you can absolutely have an awesome open house. And again, it's going to be what I was saying about the flash sale previously, is that you don't just post about it online and expect people to be coming to your doors. Okay. You need to be texting your customers and saying, hey, I'm having an open house next Friday. I would love to see you. It's from 6 to 9. I do door prizes. So I say that in my text. You don't have to. You could make samples. You could say I'm doing door prizes and just do samples in a catalog. But for me, I'll look around and I'll put in a bucket or like in a basket some light bulbs, a scent circle, a few bars that I have on hand, some cotton cleanups, things like that. I'll just put it in a bucket. When they come, I'm like, oh, make sure you grab your prize. Okay. So I'll say that in my text. Hey, I'm having open house next Friday. I'd love to see you there. It's from 6 to 9. I'm doing door prizes for everyone who comes, and it's going to be really awesome. Right. And so I do that. I send a lot of messages. And like if I'm doing any deliveries between now and then, I'll like print a little, like you can get on Canva and type in open house invitation or just invitation, and you can kind of change the pictures, change the words, and print them. And I put those in my local orders, and I'll also tell them, like I'll drop off their order. Hey, Margot, your order's at your door. Just wanted to let you know I put an invite in there for my open house next Friday. I would love to see you there. Okay. So know that you have to do personal conversation and personal invite. I always tell my teammates, like, treat it like it's your kid's birthday party, right? So like you're going to send out the invitations, you're going to text your mom and your bestie and your neighbor about it. And then when they say, yeah, I'll be there, the day before, you're like, can't wait to see you at the party tomorrow. Okay. So do the same thing. And if they're really like, if they're your friend or they're your family, ask them to bring something. Like, hey, can you bring a bag of chips? Like, hey, can you bring a Coke? Okay. Cause then it's like, okay, now I have to go because I said I would bring these chips. Okay. So just and that's a funny joke, but also I'm serious. Like if you have a best friend or something, like if you have a comfort friend, tell them to come. Okay. Just so like you feel a little better, right? It's the same thing for like world tour. Like bring your best friend. If it's gonna make you feel better, bring your best friend. If having your best friend or your mom at your open house is gonna help you, bring your mom or your best friend. Okay. Now I need to see this baby. Gotta click. Oh my gosh. So cute, Taryn. Look at that little chunky baby. Oh, I love him. He's so cute. And I'm glad I can be entertaining for him. So it's a win-win. Okay, so personal message people, hype it up. Don't worry about the excuses. I like to do in my VIP group, you can make an event. So I'll do like an event for my open house. So I'll like create an event and then it will notify everyone and they can click going or not. So that will give you like an idea of who's going to come. So that's good too. Also, my last talking point, unless Bree tells me that I missed something, I can circle back, is I wanted to mention like stock on hand. Okay. So open houses are a really great way if you have accumulated Scentsy using your free and half off rewards. An open house is a really great and compliant way to sell your stock that you have on hand. So I actually don't do this because I don't keep stock on hand anymore. And I'm so proud of myself. I have really backed off of keeping stock. It's just not something that I want to do anymore. So I actually don't do this, but if you do have stock on hand, if you have some extra warmers or a crap ton of bars or extra car bars and pods and all this stuff that you are just sitting on, an open house would be a really great time. Like if I did have it, I would have it all up here and I would sell it. And that's totally fine to do. But what I would recommend, and again, this is just a recommendation, you could totally take that cash and pocket it and go grocery shopping with it the next day. And that is wonderful and beautiful and a great perk of being a Scentsy owner, okay? Or a business owner. But what I would recommend, especially like in an incentive period and things like that, would be taking that cash that you're getting for cash and carry and then reinvesting it into something in your business. Maybe you really want the new diffuser, right? Grab the new diffuser. If you sell $250 of your cash and carry and you don't have that air purifier yet, get the air purifier, get 250 PRV, and now you have a new product to be showcasing and advertising, right? Again, that's just a suggestion. You're your own business owner. You can do whatever you want. If you make $250 selling cash and carry, you could keep it and pocket it and walk away $250 richer, right? So the choice is yours. If it was for me, because I'm trying to like build my business, I would invest it back into my business for things I need, right? But you do have the option to sell some stuff, cash and carry at your event, but also it's 500% not needed. Like if you don't have cash and carry, that's not a requirement of having an open house at all. In my opinion, I don't want to do that. I want to just showcase and place orders. So that's what I do. When my customers come over, we look through stuff. Say I have my open house on a Friday. I'm like, yep, I'm closing my order on Monday. So I'll write it down on an order form, what they want. I'll try to upsell. They want 4 bars. I'm going to upsell 6. They want 1 warmer. I'll see if they want a mini warmer and bars with it, right? I'm going to try to upsell things, and trust me, you guys, so much easier to do at an open house than just texting them. Okay. So much easier. Also, so much easier to get your customers to spend money when they are right there and they see it, they smell it, they can ask questions. You can explain what a diffuser does. You can show them the settings. You can explain what an air purifier does. You can demo it. Okay. Literally, my last open house, I sold over 900 PRV and I had 7 people there, 7 or 8 people there. Okay. I sold so much Scentsy to so little people because they were there, they were seeing it, they were asking questions, they were feeding off of one another. Okay. So what I did is they tell me what they want. I try to upsell, bundle, talk to them about hosting a party, mention joining to them. Again, also so much easier at an open house where they're seeing the Scentsy life in action, where they're seeing my customers loving it, when they're seeing the engagement, it's a lot easier for them to visualize like, oh, so this is what a party would be like. Yeah, I could get 4 people over here and do this. Or yeah, I have friends that would love to do this. Maybe I could be a consultant, right? So all those conversations are happening. But then I collect their order. They pay me then and there with their card or Venmo or PayPal or whatever. And then I say, yep, I'm closing this order on Monday. If you need to add anything else over the weekend, just let me know. I'll be entering these on Monday. Okay. So then I'm collecting all these orders between 6 and 9. Okay. It's 9 o'clock. My open house is over. All I have to do, because I'm not getting a bunch of stuff up, I'm not setting up a bunch of stuff. All I have to do is clean up the food on my island and lock my door. And that's it. Okay. Super easy, super casual. And then by the end of the night, I'm PRV richer. I'm join combos richer. I'm host combos richer. I'm connections richer. My customers are bonded. Okay. And I have some content because I was taking pictures. So I have things to post the next day and the day after. And for my next open house, I have pictures of this last open house, right? So all of these things happened in the 3 hours of my time. Okay. And the only expense I had was buying some frozen taquitos, chips, and guacamole. Okay. And paper plates. So less than $25 in food that I can also write off, and an extremely fruitful evening in 3 hours. Okay. It is literally no sweat off your back when you just approach it in such a casual, organic way. But there is some sweat equity building up to it, right? To invite your people to it, to maybe create the event, to create the invite, mostly invite people to it one-on-one. That would take the most of your time. I think that would take more time than the 3 hours it takes you to have the open house. Okay. And so amazing opportunity. Okay. And then especially going into transition month, which Bree's going to talk about, such an awesome opportunity for your customers to really, really see all the good things and for you to really, really reap the benefit of that. So I'm gonna pass it to you, Bree, unless you think I missed anything.
No, I think that was great.
Woohoo.
So good.
Okay.
Okay. So yeah, going into transition month, which is next month, y'all, February, that's what we're looking at. There is so much opportunity for your open house to provide, different options. You have different options. You can play it different ways with your open house with transition month. So if you choose to have one next month, which I was just looking at my calendar, I think I picked a date for mine. But here's the thing about doing it in our transition months, specifically next month, is that you have the benefit of being able to see what's next. So we've got World Tour happening. New season sales kits will be available next month to purchase for consultants. We will be able to purchase the catalogs. Like all of that is coming down the pipeline and available for consultants to be able to utilize it however you want. And so being able to open up your house and have people come into your home and not only see what's coming, but also see what's leaving, right? And so the dance of the open house during a transition month, I think is better if you are strategizing how to do it. And so I would recommend, if you are going to do it during a month like transition, that you figure out how you want to best fit your customers, as far as, do you want to have a beginning of the month, like in the beginning of February, you open up your home and have an open house, and they come and they do everything that Alex talked about. You do whatever fits your style, however you want to do it. And then if they make a purchase, then you give them a catalog, and you're not showing off that new catalog at your open house, right? It's just a gift that they get for purchasing. It's a reward, it's an incentive. They get to take it home. Maybe you put it in a cute little goodie bag with some samples of the scents. And it's just almost like an exclusive incentive to purchase while they're, it's like that, like a, I don't remember what Alex called it, but like a gift for coming, right? And so that's their gift for purchasing, because you want them to purchase. So in the first couple of months or not months, first couple of weeks of February, maybe that's how you do it. But then there's the other option, which we hear about a lot, which is the last chance, first glance. And so towards the end of the month, what you have the opportunity to do is to allow people to come in, and you have the old catalogs available, and you have people being able to see what's leaving, plus what's on sale, because things in our old catalog will be on sale. So they'll be able to get the discount, and that will be really great. But then also they can see what's coming up, and potentially even place a pre-order with you for what's coming in the new catalog. And I said the last couple of weeks, but if you're going to allow people to order something from the new catalog, I don't know that I would do it like 2 weeks in advance. I would either like get their wish list and then follow up with it, or just wait till like the last week and a half before February ends, because you actually can't hold on to people's money for an order for that long. But those are two really great options for your customers in the sense that there's value there for being able to purchase the last chance stuff. And that brings up a whole nother talking point for Scentsy Club. And like Alex was saying, those conversations, those, typically harder conversations to have via text or messenger or whatever, are a lot easier in person. And so when you have them in person and they're talking about how much they love Christmas Cottage, you can then tell them that they can put it inside their Scentsy Club and get it for however long they want. And they may be so interested in that they sit right down with you, and you can do it on your computer or whatever. And you set up their Scentsy Club with them and you get it done, and boom, you have residual PRV, right? And so giving your customers the benefit to be able to sniff and see exactly what's leaving, and then being able to purchase it at a discount is huge value. But then on the flip side of it, our customers love exclusivity, where they get to see things like us consultants get to see things early, right? They're going to love the idea of being able to come and see the new catalog before anybody else does, right? And because they're your local VIPs and because they're your local customers, they're going to really jump at the opportunity to be able to not only see what's in the new catalog, but potentially purchase from the new catalog first, right? And so I think that I know that my customers, especially the ones back in California, loved that. And they really, really appreciated me giving them that opportunity when I would have my own home parties. And so with that, Alex talked a lot about hosting and opening up her home in the most frugal ways. And I 100% agree that you should be doing the least for the most value, right? In the sense of like spending your money and being resourceful, all of that, because it doesn't take a lot. And the more effort you have to put into something, especially if it's scary to you, sometimes the less we want to do it, right? And so take this next point kind of lightly. And I'm talking to the people who already plan on ordering a new season sales kit, transition kit, etc. Like, I'm not telling people to go out there and spend their money to have this at a first chance last glance party, because it's really not necessary. You could just get a couple of new catalogs and have those on display. You don't need the new scents, or you don't need the new warmers or the new laundry stuff. Like, you don't need all of the things. Like Alex said, you don't have to have stock on hand. But if you are the consultant who is, when those new season sales kits come available, and you're the consultant who normally goes for one or two of them, or you are interested in purchasing them this year, these would be a great way to put them on display and really get your money's worth. Okay, because that's what the new season sales kits are for, is to be able to market and share and take pictures of and utilize in your business, so that there is a return on investment. And using them in your open house is exactly that, a return on investment. So again, next month we will have the new season sales kits come available, and those are the kits that Scentsy puts together that will have new warmers, that will have new scents, that will have laundry stuff, clean stuff, body stuff, and then the 10 new bars, okay? And we may see or get some of that at World Tour, but we may not. And so if you're the person who goes towards those kinds of things, an open house is a fabulous way to show those off and to utilize them. You could potentially sell them if you wanted to really get your return on investment. Like, that option is open for you as well. But just keeping that in the back of your mind, that you have that early access opportunity as a consultant, and then you can turn around and double, triple, quadruple what you spent on it by inviting people into your home and by having that product available and selling it. Okay. And so, wow, I went through that really fast. Before I talk about the last thing, Alex, was there anything that I was missing?
No, I thought that was perfect.
Okay. Yeah, I just sped through that. Okay. So, we're going to open it up for questions, just in case you guys have any questions. And I'm actually going to add Alex there. Okay. We'll open it up for questions, but Alex kind of hinted at this in the beginning, but we are going to do a team-wide incentive for open house through the end of February. So if you put an open house on the books take pictures of it, like actually follow through with your open house, take pictures and post on the team page. You will be entered to win a spring summer business prize pack, and we will be drawing for 2 of them. Okay, so like Alex is gonna do one and I'm gonna do one. So everybody will be on a wheel, just like we do the coffee wheel. And we will pick 2 winners and they will get a spring summer business pack from us. Okay, so that is your call to action. That is your incentive. Just a little fun team open house, go and step outside of your comfort zone, go and do the hard things, and go have an open house. And I know, and I know Alex feels the same way. We truly believe that if you take this step, as difficult as it may seem, as scary as it may be, like if you do this, you will see benefits, like period. You will see a benefit if you do it and follow through. You will see a benefit in your business. And what a perfect time, what a perfect boost of confidence to give you and your business going into spring and summer, right? Because these may be some of the harder months for you if you've been around for a while, or you might see people talking about the spring and summer being the slower months, but this could really propel you into some of the greatest months of your Scentsy business by doing the hard thing, by doing something you've never done before, right? Or trying it again. Maybe you tried and nobody showed up. Okay, try again, right? So we will make that official announcement on the page tomorrow. So again, you guys get first dibs, and we will be reminding you guys, but just know that the expectation is that you guys have the open house, take pictures of it. Doesn't have to be a million pictures. Okay, we don't need a full album, but like take some pictures because you can use that for your content. Like Alex was saying, use it for your own business. But also we want to see the pictures. We want to hear how it goes. We want to cheer you on. So when you do pick a date for your open house, share it on the team pages, right? Tell us about it. Tell us what you're planning on. What kind of food are you going to have? Like we want to know. Okay. And then the night after, the day after, post pictures, tell us how it went. And if it's a flop, we are still so proud of you for doing it. If nobody showed up, we're still so proud of you for doing it. Okay, but we expect pictures and then you will be entered into that. And then we will probably do the wheel, the first Dream Team chat after February. Okay, so, and then even if you're not on the Dream Team chat, but you did it, you'll still win. So we'll make it fair for everybody. But okay, so we are going to open it up for questions. So feel free to unmute if you would like, or you can place them in the comments. And I am going to stop recording because goodness gracious.